What's up, girl? So, today's topic is lack of faith or lack of belief. Either way you want to put it, is what's killing your vibe. And this topic isn't directed at anyone specifically because I actually had this conversation with multiple people today, like three at very least. And so um, it's like a common theme, honestly. And hola, thank you so much for joining. Is it Janice? Am I saying it right? You can let me know. But I am late on my live today because of the fact that I, excuse me, I still been having respiratory issues from whatever I caught. I don't know if it was COVID or what, but so oh yes, I said it right. I said it right. Let's go. Um, but yeah, so the topic is lack of belief is killing your vibe, and I had this conversation with at least three different people today, and it's something that I feel like it even affects me. Like even today, I was like pushing myself to have more self belief, and like I said, like all the time, that it's not that we're like physically not capable of being on a health and fitness journey. It's just that um, without belief, then we can't have action. Like if we don't believe that it's not going to happen, then us 100% fact that it won't happen. And that's not something I came up with. That's actually Eric Thomas, like one of my favorite motivational speakers. And he says that if you believe like 100% fact, it's not going to happen because you have to believe first in order for it to happen. Because once we believe, then that's when we start putting forth action to put a plan in place. And then when we have our plan in place, then we're able to go ahead and work that plan. And so, like two scriptures that I have been leaning on, like heavy lately is Hebrews 11:1 and James 2:17. And it looks like somebody in the Facebook Thick Fit group says, I agree, this is a great topic that I struggle with. So cool, I'm glad it's resonating. And basically my daughter, she gave me this little pink slip of paper that she got off of a countertop, and in the countertop it had like this jar, and it had all these papers rolled up and wrapped up in them, and you pick one out and it's a scripture. And she gave me the paper, and it's a pink little slip of paper, and it has Hebrews 11:1. And she couldn't have handed me that piece of paper at a more perfect time. And so if you're watching this on replay, by the way, make sure you drop a hashtag replay so I can thank you at a later date for tuning in. But Hebrews 11:1 says, now faith is the assurance of the things hoped for, the conviction of things not seen. And that's so hard. That's so hard to be convinced that something is going to happen when we cannot see it. And as physical beings, it's hard for us to see the unseen with our mind's eye. And so sometimes as a coach, I can see the potential in my clients. I can see the potential in my future clients, but they don't see that in themselves. And so it's my job to like preach that into them and pour that into them so that they can see it for themselves, and then they can work on having the mindset and the personal development in order to maintain that belief. And I'm a big advocate of we need to surround ourselves with people who believe in us more than we believe in ourselves until we do believe in ourselves, because your atmosphere and your support system is everything. When you are in a toxic environment of other people who have lack of self-worth, lack of self-belief, then it trickles into us, and it almost creates this subconscious programming that what we want is not for us. Maybe they are playing small, maybe they play large, but they don't want to see you doing better than them. People want to see you doing well, but they don't want to see you doing better than them. And so, like, one thing for me is that I can tell, um, like, I can read like atmosphere and like, how people feel about me. And, so I try to do my best to seek out people who I know are like on the same wavelength, the same path as me, and they're gonna have my back. And if I pour into them, then they're gonna go far too. So it's super important to make sure that you have people who are like super genuine and are going to push you to that next level, because even like those that are in the Olympics, people that are like, in the like huge pro sports. Sorry for me trying to fumble on words, but like pro sports, like all of them, they have trainers and they have coaches, and that's for a reason. Because even when you play at a high level, you still need mentors, you still need coaches, you still need to be pushed to that next level, and none of us are perfect. And so we always have that next level in us. We always have that next level in us to push further. And then the second scripture, James 2:17, that I talked about, it says that faith without works is dead. So you can even have the self-belief. Many people don't even have the self-belief to begin with, first of all. But even if you do have the self-belief, then the next step is the works. And so this is why so many people fail on their health and fitness journey, is because of the fact that, one, they don't have the self-belief. And if they don't have the self-belief, they're not going to do the work. But if they do have the belief, sometimes it's hard for them to maintain that belief. And so then they lose that and they fall back. But even if they can maintain the belief, then they got to maintain the work. So this is why it gets so hard, it gets so complicated, but it is possible. Like I said, again, it starts with your support system, it starts with your atmosphere, it starts with your personal development and your mindset work. Because honestly, God has gotten you through so many hard times and hard situations in life. So he's not going to allow you to go through something and then he just leave you and desert. Like, it's like he doesn't ever leave us. If anything, like, we leave him. So it's the same thing when it comes to like your fitness journey. Like for me, when it comes to my relationship with my clients and everything, like I preach, like, let's have open communication, because if we have open communication, then we can always troubleshoot and we can always fix things. So it's kind of like that same illustration of like, I'm not going to leave my clients behind, but it's teamwork. You know what I mean? So yeah. Hopefully that this spoke to someone, because like I said, I had this conversation today with multiple people, like at least 3 people today. And I want you to know that it's more than possible for you to reach your goals. It's more than possible. And I had a coach tell me this before. She told me that I would look better than I did at 18 years old after I had 2 kids. And I was like, nah. I was like, nah. But I was like, it'd be cool though. Like, that would be really dope. And then it ended up happening. And so it was just amazing. Like, after, because I'm almost 29 here in a few, but I was 25 years old, I had 2 kids, and had gotten like super shredded down, like way more than I was even at 18, 19 years old, when I was like a gym rat. And like basically the gym was like my second home. So like what she said actually came true. So it's like I said, once again, putting yourself in situations and surrounding yourself around people that speak that belief into you is so key. And so, I mean, I have a coach like that now, thank God. And actually, I've never really had a coach that didn't pour into me, so I can't say that. But it's like I said, it's just super important to make sure that you work on the belief, work on the support system, then work on the belief, then work on having the plan, and then work on putting forth the effort or the works, since faith without works is dead. So this seemed like also a better time to go live. So I may alter and change my live time yet again, because I was getting ready to go live and I literally saw that there was like 5 other major creators across my feed that were live at the same time that I wanted to go live. I also wanted to get more dressed up today just so I like feel better. Like I'm a big believer in how you put yourself together is like how you're gonna feel. So so number one, I wanted to make sure I put myself together, and I wanted to wear a dress. And two, there was literally like 4 or 5 people across the top of my Instagram that were live at the time that I wanted to go live. I was like, no wonder nobody watches my Instagram lives, because I always have more people that join on Facebook than Instagram. And so yeah, so I was like, maybe I need to change it to 10 o'clock because this is like day 2 in a row where I went live at 10 p.m. And then also, apparently, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is a very popular time to go live. So there's also less competition. And also, the ladies that I work with, some of them have children. So I'm sure that they have their kids in bed by now, so it's probably a more easier time for them to watch as well. So stay tuned. I may change my live time yet again because we went from 9 p.m. to 9:15 now, 10 o'clock. And another thing too is that I was supposed to announce the winner of the 60-day giveaway. Now, I have not forgotten about that. However, I just haven't had time to go through the entries. It seemed like some people did like bits and pieces of the parts, but even the people that DM'd me their story of like why they deserved to win the 60 days of the free app membership, I haven't gotten a chance to read the stories. And some of them were like paragraphs long. And I was like, whoa, like some of you guys have had some really tough times in life. And I'm someone who did not have it easy in my life. But like some of you guys have like, I'm like, huh, how Sway? Like you guys have been through the trenches. And so there's definitely a lot of good entries. So I want to make sure that I actually take my time and read your entries. Some of you did audio messages. And so I want to listen to those. So I was like, which one would be better? If I pick somebody without going through all of the entries, or if I delayed my announcement. So I was like, it would be more fair for me to delay the announcement than to not go to pick somebody without going through everybody's. And so I wanted to make sure that I made the right decision. So hopefully you guys have a really great night. Right now I am running a 21-day challenge that's like based off of making long-term sustainable habits. And so yeah, it's based off of making long-term sustainable habits. If you want in on the 21-day challenge, then give me a hashtag ThickFit down below. And we will talk more about the 21-day challenge and what you get and what it's all about and all of the things. It's not one of my free challenges, but it is for the low. So yeah. So I hope you guys have a great night. As always, it is faith, consistency, and hard work that's going to get you to your goals. And have a good evening. Coach Indy signing out. Bye.